You might be used to my Adobe Audition or Audacity tutorials, but quite frankly, a lot has changed in the last few years. And I've been using Riverside recently, and honestly, I love the simplicity. So in this video, I'll dive into 3 of my favorite AI features that really have taken me by surprise. Hey, I'm Mike Russell, and in this video, I'm diving into 3 AI features that really have taken me by surprise inside Riverside. First, let's take a look at our co-creator. It's available up here in the top right, and you'll see it's a chat-based interface. Now, if you're used to ChatGPT or really any other AI, you talk to your co-creator and ask it what you want it to do. So I can say something like, apply smart layouts, and then we'll just send that to my co-creator. It's going to think it through. Okay, you can see within just a few moments, it says, I've applied dynamic smart layouts to your clip for a more engaging visual composition. And it's even asking me if I want to improve the sound quality next. So it's thinking ahead, which is really cool. And you'll see all the way through, I've got these cuts, and what is going on here is when someone is speaking, it is changing the layout to show whoever is speaking at the time. Sometimes it's a dual screen like this. Sometimes it's a solo speaker or another solo speaker, and this is all decided by the AI. Okay, here's another cool thing. Take out the fluff. Now, you could just say that to your AI co-creator. It's going to think things through. It's analyzing, it's finding all the places in your podcast where you basically said things that weren't really needed. And you can then go through and confirm this is human in the loop stuff. I'm just going to go through and apply every single clip because I believe it's doing a great job here. But anywhere where your presenter has said things that don't need to be included, the AI producer right here will pick them out and say, remove this section to enhance the speaker's clarity. I'll tell you why. You can click apply or ignore or even add notes as well. Reduce verbal clutter. You see, it's making decisions all along the way for you. And this is a really cool AI feature of the co-creator. In this episode, everything I say will be noted down. Okay, so that's an intro to a podcast, but I can add background music. All I've got to do is go over to music and pick something, but my co-creator can do that too. So I'll say add background music to the intro like so, and we'll let my co-creator actually decide and think through how it's going to do this. Okay, I've added background music as windy as ever to the intro of your clip, and you'll see indeed it has down here. Look, it's added some background music. We can even zoom in on the timeline to see this faded in and nicely faded out here. And we can even go ahead and play to hear exactly how the music sounds. In this episode, everything I say will be noted down and summarized to perfection. That's really cool. So not only has it taken some music, but it's starting to play it in the background. And of course, if it's going on for way too long, I have the ability to go ahead and trim this down just to be for the first 30 seconds or so of the show. I've also got volume and effects here, so I can fade it down further if I find it too loud. I can change the fade in or the fade out duration, so I can make it longer, so there's a nice smooth fade out. All of this stuff is possible. And if I don't like the music, I can just go back to my co-creator and say, make the intro music more upbeat. And then we'll let the co-creator think about it and take care of it. And in just a moment, look at this. It's processed in some new music. Now you'll see it's kept my original track, so that's not a worry because I can remove it like so, and we can have a listen to this. In this episode, everything I say will be noted down and summarized to perfection. So there you go, and you can keep on prompting until you get exactly the background music you need for your podcast. Now, it doesn't stop there because I can go out of this and go into the Made For You section of my podcast. And the coolest thing is, when you go to the Made For You section, it actually automatically creates some show notes like this. Although they're not generated yet, I need to click the Generate Show Notes button. Okay, and they're generated. Look at this. It's got some keywords for that podcast. It's got a summary, which I can post as a YouTube description. It's got takeaways, which I can then post wherever I like. Titles, potential titles for this show, sound bites as well for sharing on social media, and those all important chapters, which are super important to include when you're doing things like YouTube chapters or Spotify chapters, or even posting on X these days. Chapters really help. Now, here's something I bet you didn't know the co-creator can do. I can tell it to create a thumbnail for this episode. And watch this. It's thinking it through. It will just take a few minutes. And look, it's generating an image, but you're going to love the result. It'll be worth the wait. Wow, that is totally insane. Look at this. Not only has it pulled me and my co-host into here, it's actually said AI tools for creators and given me many variations where look at the quality of some of these and how good they are. You can, of course, download, thumb up or thumb down. And I can also say something like change the text to make it about AI transcription. And then we'll let my co-creator think about that. It's going to go ahead and regenerate new images with exactly the text I need in the thumbnails. And look at this, AI transcription tools, again with the hosts, and of course you can pick your favorite thumbnail. This is a pretty cool feature that I didn't even know existed until a few days ago, and now I'm using it all the time to generate thumbnails with the hosts included in the show. Really cutting edge technology, I love this. Number 2, type to dub. This is absolutely incredible. It is the ability to take anything that's spoken and change mistakes or where you said something wrong. So let me play this little clip.
Number 1, Mike has already mentioned, and it is riverside.fm. We have been using Riverside for quite some time already. Actually, I think we've had accounts for over 2 years now.
Okay, so it said we had accounts for 2 years, but actually perhaps we had it for longer than that. Now there is this fantastic feature called video dub. Look at this. I can actually click that and I can confirm to agree to the agreement. Now this is going to be incredible. I can change it and I can say, actually, we were using Riverside for 4 years here. Click generate. Give it a moment to dub here. You'll see the dubbing circle spins round until it's complete. Okay, video dub is generated. Let's play it again.
We love it. For over 4 years now.
Wow, that's amazing. Over 4 years. And again, if I want, I can revert this back to 2 years and then go in again and video dub and maybe say 10 years and click generate. And by the way, just an aside, this is done by cloning the voice of you or your guest so you can easily edit and change small little things that need corrections. So you can fix a flub by simply retyping the line Riverside's AI voice regenerates your spoken audio, and it works in up to 100+ languages, drops it into your timeline seamlessly, and it really is great for last-minute pickups. Okay, let's play this.
We love it. For over 10 years now.
Incredible. So whether it's 2 years, 4 years or 10 years, you can voice dub it in Riverside. Number 3, magic clips and magic audio. They both are extremely magical. First of all, under the Made For You tab, under your podcast episode, look at all these clips. It will pump out. I can actually click into the editor and actually see the content that's going into this magic clip. I can play it.
And we can, fill with our wish this feather.
It's absolutely perfect. It cuts perfectly between hosts, and of course I have the ability to add things like captions to these magic clips and move those captions around to wherever I want on the screen. So I have something that's fully ready to go out and share. I can share a link with my editor, or I can go back to my newly edited magic clip, which is down here, and then share here straight to socials and really anywhere using these selectors. It's really, really cool. But what about the second magic thing, which is magic audio? This is when you or your guest really don't have the best sounding audio. You can fix it in one click. For instance, take a listen to this part of a podcast.
I try to make an exercise with this meditation.
Okay, so there we go. We have some audio, but I have to say it is being recorded on an internal mic on a computer with a lot of room echo. So what can we do with that? We can go to AI tools and we can look for the magic audio. Now, I actually applied this earlier and you can see I've applied it to our host here, but I also have it on 0% on this speaker. That's why the audio doesn't sound great. Now, the first time you run it, it'll take maybe a minute or so just to process your whole track. Obviously, it depends how long your podcast is as to how long it actually takes. When I switch this on and we increase it, let's put it to 59% and play the speaker again. Let's listen now.
I try to make an exercise with this meditation.
So it sounds like he's speaking on a studio mic. Let's remind ourselves, if we go into Magic Audio and switch it off, what it sounded like before.
I try to make an exercise with this meditation.
And one more time, let's go back into the Magic Audio tool and enable it, switch it on. We'll actually push it past 59%. You could actually see 59% was fine. On 100%.
I try to make an exercise with this meditation.
And now you literally have no echo. It's like he's close mic on a very high quality microphone. really cool stuff. So there you go, 3 AI things about Riverside I really wish I'd known earlier. Now, if you haven't got to know Riverside yet, make sure you use my link down below. It'll give you a free month. You can experiment with these AI tools and see if they're for you. And also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video, because I'm doing lots of stuff like this. And YouTube is showing a video on your screen that you should watch next. Go on, I know you want to. Thanks.